Just what you can say going off of that, like you said, Fran recruiting you and being around, and then seeing that full circle. The sports world is tiny, but you're experiencing that in a big way.
You know, everyone likes to say that, you know, us Jersey guys, we like to stick together. So having Coach Fran literally give me my first offer to now him being my head coach is like, it's something like real cool that I didn't think would happen. Like, I didn't think that was actually going to be a possibility, you know, back in high school. So having Coach Fran is just a big time, like, dope thing that we got.
What was it about him that stays true today? Because they talk about he is who he says he is. So over the years, what are those consistent things that you see from Fran?
Yeah, Coach Fran's not a liar. He's someone who's like, if he tells you he's going to do something for you, or he tells you that he's going to need this from you, like, you're going to step up to the plate because he's going to keep his word. And when you have somebody who's leading you, who's a man of his word, that forces you to be a man of your word. So, like, you know, having him as someone that's a leader for us is big time.
For you on this team and this new defense, the 4-2-5 from the 3-3-5, what do you like about it? What can you say about the pieces of it from your position specifically?
Biggest positive is, you know, I get to let loose and get off that ball, you know. Before, you know, we were scheming a lot, you know, going inside, going outside. And now with Coach E, I get to get off the ball and go rush and go stop the run game the way I grew up playing the game, you know. So I think that's the best part, is getting off the ball and go get some sacks.
There's not a lot of defensive linemen back in the building veteran-wise. So what type of kind of leadership role do you feel like that puts for you, for Elijah, for some of the guys that are back?
I feel like it's a big something that, you know, I kind of have to keep the hope. You know, a lot of other schools, you know, transfers come in, they get a new coach, they start to, like, feel left out in a way. So having me, guys like Elijah and Chase and Jobity, you know, we got to stay. Coach Fran kept us on, so, like, we're here to say, like, you know, we were good enough then, and we're still good enough now. And with the help of Fidel, Tank, and those guys, like, as a room, we're just going to be different. I feel like we're going to shock the whole college world.
What is it about the guys that were brought in, those transfers, like some of the guys that you just mentioned, that you feel like creates a different dynamic from last year? What did they bring collectively?
You know, before it was like, people preach practice like a pro. These guys literally practice like pros, like when it comes to being on meetings in time, going to treatment, taking care of your body, being first in the weight room, last to leave. Like, these guys, Fidel, Tank, these guys lead by example. And that just forces you to just do the same thing. You know, you don't want to get left behind. You want to stay with the pack. You want to lead the pack yourself. So seeing those guys do everything they're supposed to do makes me just want to get better and do what I'm supposed to do.
You talked about Jersey, and it's a place that I feel like is growing in support, but there's still that chip on the shoulder. What can you say about coming from New Jersey and what it means to be from there and what it means to carry that with you every day?
Man, you got to have a sense of pride when you're from Jersey. Like, people underestimate us in football, basketball, hockey, baseball, any sport. Like, people just say you're from Jersey. So now that we have this opportunity to just go shock the world and go represent our state, it's so big time. And people don't understand how important it is to me, Deuce, Cinco, Kyle, Fidel, all of us. Like, we get to represent our hometowns and, you know, our state. And that's something big time that a lot of people don't get to do.
Biggest change that you've seen with Fran in the building here?
Say it again?
Biggest change you've seen with Fran in the building, biggest positive change for Syracuse?
I say the biggest positive, you know, is academically, this is probably our best semester that we had. You know, Coach Fran's made us more accountable. You know, before guys they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. And now guys, we're holding each other accountable. You know, you miss something, you're gonna have to pay the price. And that's how it should be, you know, that's how you become a better man, a better person.
Appreciate it, man.